This is Kirsten Keyes reporting for the Harrisburg School District. We attended a press conference today with Captain Gabe Oliveira and Mr. Marsico from the District Attorney's Office, where we learned that a 6-year-old was shot in the South Harrisburg area of the city. The 6-year-old is in critical but stable condition, and more information will be forthcoming from local news stations. In the meantime, the Harrisburg School District will provide counseling support to students and staff to help deal with any issues regarding this matter. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to be reporting on an incident that occurred this morning, 1:24 hours, on the 1100 block of Cloverly Road. The Harrisburg Police received a call for shots fired. Officers responded there, and when they got to the residence, they observed blood on the floor. They followed the blood to where they found a 6-year-old young child laying on the ground with gunshot wounds. The mother was frantically trying to do something with the child. The officers immediately started doing some type of first aid, trying to put pressure on the wounds themselves. EMS showed up shortly thereafter. If it were not for those individuals, the child would actually be dead at this time. The child lost a lot of blood. EMS was able to transport the child to Hershey Medical. Hershey Medical was able to treat the child. The child is in critical but stable condition and is expected to recover from the injuries. Through the investigation, we determined that her brother, who is 10 years old, had found a gun that was inside the residence. Believing that the gun may be a toy, he actually pointed at the sister and fired the gun, striking the 6-year-old child in the chest. She is very lucky to be alive at this time. This is a very unfortunate incident, but it could be much worse. We could have a dead child. It is everyone's responsibility within the city regarding the crime. I've said over and over again, there's only 140 officers in the Harrisburg Police Department, but there's 50,000 people that live in the city. As a community, we can come together to stop these things. That is the only way this will stop, is when we come together, work together, and stop it. To my right, I have District Attorney Ed Marsico, who will be giving you some information regarding this case as well.
Thanks, Captain. Our office has been working with the members of the Harrisburg Police Department since the early morning hours in this investigation. This is a tragic event, and thanks to the response of the police, EMS, and the good folks that we have at Penn State Children's Hospital, we're very hopeful that this young child recovers. But nevertheless, it's still a tragedy. She was shot by her brother. You have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old at 1:30 in the morning playing with a gun where nothing good is going to come of that, as you all know. It's yet another reminder of the problem of illegal firearms, illegal guns, stolen guns, possessed by people that shouldn't have them, either used by those individuals, as we saw 2 nights ago, on the streets of Harrisburg, or like we saw early this morning, where we saw, children get a hold of this gun and use it. So I want to thank the Harrisburg Police for their quick work this morning, both medically and investigatively, that led us here.
I think we had a politician here several years ago who made the statement to the parents to be parents, not to be the child's friend. They're responsible for their children and their safety. If you know of anything that is dangerous to your children in your home, you have to secure it. You can't be concerned about your children after they're injured. You have to be concerned about them before they get injured.